Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance. And today we are diving into one of the biggest events of the new Awakened Magic season. Ancient Awakening. The arrival of ORM. The newest Ilarit Titan has officially arrived in Dominion, and Guardians, if you are planning to summon him, evolve him, collect his resources, or simply get the most value possible from this event, then pay very close attention because this event works very differently from what many players experienced with Alecto. With Alecto, we had almost an entire month to gather resources and slowly work toward our goals. With ORM, you have 4 days. That is a massive difference. So if you are a newer player, understand this immediately. Most of the resources you will use to summon and evolve ORM need to be gathered during this event. Planning matters. And Guardians. Before we start breaking down the tasks, there is something important we need to discuss. There are currently some serious issues affecting realm activities. Monster battles have become significantly more expensive in troop losses, gathering has become more restrictive, and several tasks simply don't provide rewards that justify the time and resources required. So as we review this event, we will also tell you which tasks are worth your effort and which ones we believe are best skipped. Let's begin. Ancient Awakening contains 3 different event tabs. Yes, Guardians. This is a big event. The first tab is Ancient Awakening itself. Inside it we find 8 task chains. Login. Spend emeralds. Get VIP points. Spend energy. Win battles in Brawl using ORM. Defeat monsters. Collect wood. And train troops. The first 4 are straightforward. Login, spend energy, spend emeralds and VIP points, or reward a mix of event currency and battle pass trophies. Nothing complicated here. And Guardians, remember there are several sales active during this event. Spending emeralds may help you progress through multiple systems at the same time. However, there is something many players immediately noticed. Outland chest sales are active. But there are no Outland chest tasks. That is a major difference compared to many previous events and, honestly, a disappointing change for players who normally use those openings to maximize value. Moving on, the 5th task asks players to win brawl battles using ORM. This rewards summoning spheres and battle pass trophies and is a fairly simple task if you are actively participating in the event. Now we reach the realm tasks. And Guardians. This is where things become strange. Defeat monsters. Collect wood. Train troops. None of these tasks provide ORM resources directly. The first task asks players to defeat 55 monsters daily. Normally that would be manageable, but due to the recent changes to monster power, many players are losing huge numbers of troops during these battles. And when we compare the rewards to the cost, the return simply isn't good enough. Our recommendation is simple. Skip it. At least until the developers clarify what is happening with monster scaling and troop fatalities. The second task asks players to collect massive amounts of wood. Again, recent gathering changes have made this far more frustrating than it used to be. Many players can no longer efficiently manage multiple gathering parties the way they previously could. And once again, the rewards simply do not justify the effort required. Our recommendation. Skip it. The final realm task is troop training. 10,000 troops per day. A huge number. Again, the rewards are not particularly impressive. However, there is one exception. Guild versus. If you are already promoting troops during guild versus, this becomes an opportunity for a double dip. Otherwise, this is another task we would place very low on the priority list. So Guardians. If you choose to ignore all 3 realm tasks, you are not hurting your ORM progression in any significant way. Now let's move to the second event tab. Firstborn Force. This tab focuses primarily on ORM weapon fragments and additional event currency. The task chains are: Login, VIP points, Guild activity, Artifact chests, Titanite, Titan summonings, and completing tasks from Unstable Equilibrium. Again, login and VIP points are straightforward. Guild activity is capped at 2,700. Every active player should complete this naturally over the 4-day event. The artifact chest task is capped at 350 openings. Watch closely for potential sales. If no sale appears, saved artifact keys become extremely valuable here. The Titanite task is capped at 800. Most players will achieve around 600 simply through daily activity, making this a very achievable objective. Now we arrive at one of the most important tasks. Titan summonings. This task is repeatable. And Guardians. Repeatable tasks are where events are often won. If you have saved summoning spheres, this is where they can create enormous value. Even better, this task overlaps with guild versus. So if you plan to open Titan spheres, try to do it on the appropriate guild versus day and collect rewards from both systems simultaneously. The final task asks you to complete objectives from the Unstable Equilibrium tab. Keep an eye on this because it rewards event coins, weapon fragments, relic shards and battle pass progress. Now let's move to that final tab. Unstable Equilibrium. This section focuses primarily on ORM's seal fragments. And again, we find 7 task chains. Login, VIP points, open tower chests, open elemental spheres, fight in Grand Arena, fight Hydra, and complete tasks from Firstborn Force. Login and VIP points remain simple. Tower chests are very free to play friendly because most players will already be opening them for seasonal objectives. Elemental sphere openings are another excellent source of event coins. If you have saved resources, this task can generate tremendous value. Grand Arena is where we hit a small paywall. You receive 20 free attacks. The task asks for up to 40. For most players, we recommend stopping around 25 battles. That gives a solid return without excessive spending. Hydra remains one of the easiest tasks in the event. Everyone should complete it. And finally, completing tasks from Firstborn Force loops back into the previous tab and rewards additional event coins, seal fragments, relic shards and battle pass progress. Now Guardians. Let's talk about the shop. Because this is where many players make mistakes. After testing ORM, our conclusion is simple. This is not a Titan that requires you to throw every resource you own into him immediately. He is not dominating the current war meta. He is not mandatory for dungeon progression. And because of that, we recommend patience. Get him. Test him. Learn him. Aiming for 4 or 5 stars is perfectly reasonable. The jump to absolute star becomes extremely expensive, and those resources may be better invested elsewhere depending on your account. After securing the evolution level you want, the shop offers several interesting options. Seal chests are a solid investment for Titan players. But personally, one of our favorite purchases remains energy bottles. Extra energy always creates opportunities. Hero gear is another excellent choice, particularly higher value gold items that normally require significant farming time. So Guardians, that is our complete review of Ancient Awakening. Focus on the valuable tasks. Ignore the poor realm objectives. Take advantage of the repeatable summoning and sphere tasks. And most importantly, plan ahead. Because unlike Alecto, ORM's launch event gives you very little time to make decisions. Did we miss anything? Do you have a different strategy for building ORM? Let us know in the comments below. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.